welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome to you too, and of course I hope you enjoy what you see. What we're going to use for today's DIY, we're going to use the smaller tumbler tile blocks. Do you want to see the measurement of the bigger and the smaller blocks? Go check out the description box down below, and there you find the measurement I use. Of course we need some wood glue. You can use some hot glue, but be careful that it doesn't break. I have here some paint, but it's just an example. You can choose anything you like, of any color you like. I have here an old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel, which is wet, to wipe away the glue. These are the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to make a kind of a early Valentine train, but with a twist. So we will see how this will turn out. So we are going to start our train planter, organizer, how you call it. You'll see that later. But I'm just going to start because I want to do something different. That I made already a couple of trains, but I want to do it a little bit different because I like trains for every season. And of course, why does it always have to be for the Christmas season? We have two rows of four. We're just going to do some glue on the smallest line of the block, and you simply row them together this way, over here, and this one, and the last one, and we're going to squeeze them this way, and we're going to get our wet towel. We're going to wipe away the top side, and of course get it off the table, turn it over, and do this side. And again, you do here the same, do the top side, you get it off your table, and you just turn it over and do this side. Always go back and give it a little bit of pressure afterwards. And if you want to have it straight, place it on the side and you don't have a carpenter square. This is also an easy way to do it. I do it most of the time with my eyes, but you can just place it straight up, press it down and let it dry in for only a half minute because we're going to glue it together. We're going to turn this one and we're going to place this one on the side. We're going to do some glue on the top side, over here. Just a small line, place it down, and gently we're going to squeeze it together and fill in the open gaps like this. Feel with your fingers that you have a straight line as best as you can. Get your wet towel, wipe away and put it on the side, and then clean up your mat and do the back side. And we're going to make sure that we also do the sides in a straight line. And now we're going to place it aside and let it rest. So now we have 2 rows of 5, 2 rows of 6, and we do the same. You just place them flat on your table, do some glue on the smallest line of the block, and row them simply together until one piece. And this is what you do with the 2 times 5 and the 2 times 6 under. And I do it as fast as I can. And this way, and I make this train on the spot. I don't know how it will turn out, or maybe it's fitting or not. That's the greatest. I just try it, and you can learn from the mistakes I make, and you don't have to make them too. So again, we're going to squeeze them over here, press it together this way, squeeze it. You do here the same, press it together and squeeze it. And with this 5 the same. We're going to get our wet towel again, and we're going to do the top side, place it on the side, and clean up your mat and do the back side. Here the same, place it off your table, and again we do the back side. Now we do the 2 of 5. I do it a little bit faster, and of course you can also get them from your table. If the blocks row is not too long, you can easily get it off your table this way, and then turn it over and do the back side. Now we make sure that everything has a nice flat underside. Here the same, and we do with the 6 pieces also, and with this one. And again, make sure that everything has a nice shape, and we're going to let it rest for at least maybe 10-15 minutes. So now we have our 2 pieces of 4 glued together. We already did earlier, and we have 2 of 6 and 2 of 5. It's very easy. What we're going to do, we're going to do the 2 of 6. We do some glue on the underside over here. Very easy. And you place it on this side and give it a little bit of pressure. You do here the other one of 6 you do some glue over here on the underside, and you just place it on this side and press it together, but press it on the underside, not on the top side. So again, press it over here. You get now the 1 of 5, you do some glue on the side, over here, get it down, and you go up again, and you just simply place it over here, and you do the same with this one, over here, under, and to the top again, and then you're going to place it on this one. So gently, just give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. So over here, make sure that the openings are the same, of the sides are against each other in the same way. And again, we're going to let this rest in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to get our brush and we're going to wipe away the glue, because with a towel it's a little bit harder to do. So we take a simple brush and go inside and wipe away the glue. So first we have 2 rows of 3 this way, and we have 4 sets of 2. So we could do some glue on the top side, over here, and of course a little on this one, and just roll them together until one piece. You do here the same on this one, and just roll it together. On this one you do on the smallest, longer side, over here, and this one, and the last one. And of course you're going to press them together this way, press them together, and this one, and you're going to press this 3 together until one piece, and this one also. Make sure you press it together, get your wet towel, you're going to go to the top side, wipe away the glue, and again, always make sure that you also do the back side. And you see already he is gluing a little, because I have this time the package of blocks is really awful. He is so when they saw it, I don't know what they did, but they did a great job, because it's one big mess. People's things are too short, things are crooked, so I have to work with it, but I hope you have better blocks. I'm going to wipe away this one, turn it over here. I think you already can see it, that one on the underside already, one of the block is totally missing. And over here, turn it over and do this side, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes, and for this one, a half minute rest. So now we're going to do some glue on the top side. We do it over here, and of course we do a little over here, and we just roll them together until one piece this way. And over here we're going to get our towel, clean it up, and we're going to let this dry in for at least 10-15 minutes. So in the meantime, while this is drying, we get 1 row of 5, and again we do the smallest line of the block, roll them together this way, and this way. We're going to squeeze it and press it, clean it up, and let it dry also on the side. And this one, make sure that you have a straight line, press it down, and then you're going to place it over here. So now the last part we need to do is 2 sets of 2 and 2 loose blocks. We do some glue on the top side, over here, and we just place them together. Here the same, place it together, and we're going to clean it up, and then we're going to give it at least 10 minutes until drying, because we want that everything dries nicely. And see already he has so much difficulties just to glue together, because he is really not want to glue. I don't know what the blocks, who did saw them, but it is really awful. Again, we're going to let this dry in for at least 15 minutes. So now we have the 2 doubles of 2, and now we're going to place them this way. We get our 2 loose blocks and we place them inside. So we do some glue on this side of the block, on this side, and we just place it at the ending. We do here the same with the loose block on this side and on this side, and just place it over here, and then we're going to fill it in with this one, and then gently you give it a little bit of pressure, not too hard. Always do it quite, at least take your time for it. That's the best way I can say it. And then press it together over here, and then if you are happy with the shape and nothing is sticking out, then you're going to let it rest for at least 5-10 minutes, and then you're going to move it, but do it on this side, not this way, but do it on this side. Just move it and just clean up your mat. So now we have the 1 of 5. You have this piece like this, and you have your 2 sets of 4 glued together, and you have your 2 sets of 3 glued together. The only thing what we still need to do is 2 sets of 3. We're going to glue them together. Just do a little glue on the smallest line and just row them here the same and over here, and just make also 1 piece out of it, and here also. And we're going to clean it up. Make sure that we have a clean surface to work with. Turn it around and do the back side. Here the same. Do the front and we turn it over and we do the back. Like this and like this. And now we're going to let this dry in for only a half minute. Again, we're going to do some glue on the top side of 1 of the 3. And then we're going to roll them together until 1 piece. Gently squeeze it together so you get a nice little plank. And again, get it off the table, turn it over and do the back side also. And then you're going to go back, make sure that everything is straight, and we're going to let this dry in for only a couple of minutes. So we waited a couple of minutes for our 2 sets of 3. We just glue together. We just get the 1 of 3. We do only the smallest line from the under 2. So like this, not the top, and then you glue it gently beside this one. You do here the same. Just do some 2 pieces. You do with glue and you place them on the side. Squeeze it together. Make sure that the underside has a nice straight line, because it has to glue later on the back side of the front of the train. And now we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So now we have this piece, and of course we turn it over so we have a flat side. We're going to take the 2 sets of 4 like this. We do some glue on the side over here, and we place this one on the inside also on this one, and just press it down. Make sure that you have it at the ending. Feel with your fingers. And again, always make sure that it is on the inside and not on the outside. And now we're going to do the other one. We do some glue over here. And we place this one on this side. Press it down. Feel with your fingers. And of course, wipe away a little the glue, but you can also wait a couple of minutes until it is settled in a little bit better. And you can also do it with a brush. So, but also be sure that the outside is flat, because that's really important. You also can place it straight up a little bit maybe. Then you can even get it like this, flatter, and then you get flatter. At least you know what I mean. And then feel with your fingers always that everything is on the inside. Just let it dry in for 50 minutes. So in the meantime, we're going to get our box, and of course we're going to turn it over this way, place it over here. We do some glue on the top side of the 5. So again, do some glue over here, and we get our kind of a window, this one, and we place this one exactly on top of here. Make sure that you have on this side, you have it flat. So again, we're going to go over, feel with our fingers, make sure that it is flat. And what you also can do is of course lay it down and then glue it together. That's also the same. You can do it this way also. Just squeeze it, feel with your fingers, and if you're happy with the shape, then let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So now if everything is correctly, you have now this piece glued to this one. And now we're going to do some glue on this line and on the other line. Again, we do so over here and we do it over here. Now we're going to place this one straight up over here, and we're going to place this one to the back side. Make sure that everything is fitting nicely on each other. Just give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. And look for the glue. So, and again, just don't press too hard, because most of the time if you press too hard, always goes wrong. So just do it very gently. Just feel with your fingers. If you're happy with the shape, then let it dry in for at least also again 10 minutes. So now I'm going to place my towel away, and now we're going to do the top side over here. And we do a little drop over here and a little drop over here. And now we're going to place the roof on top. And I chose for mine not to have a big side. Of course, you can build this one extra and have a wider one if you want to have a bigger. But I'm going to go a little bit for the smaller size. So again, just gently place it on top. Feel with your fingers. If you're happy with the shape, then let it dry in for at least 15 minutes. So now the train is drying. I have now 5 loose blocks and 2 half blocks. I always have my little bag laying around, and you see already, I have already a couple of blocks already in them with a line on it for the half, because then my husband can saw them, because for me it's a little bit too small. I can use my jigsaw very easy, but this is really small to do. So, and my hands don't work with me then, so I have to, but probably you don't have the problem, but my hands with arthritis, it doesn't work. So I always have 2 half blocks also over here. So now I'm going to place the middle one in, of course, on the side. I'm going to do a little bit of glue on this side, not the whole piece. Of course, I hope that my glue is running, but he is not running. I don't know why, but he doesn't want to run. Of course, I do a little bit of glue, and I place this one a little bit higher. I do on this one the same, not the whole piece. And I'm just going to place it over here, because you can do, of course, where the steam is coming out, you can do, of course, a black one. You can do 2 blocks. You can also glue 2 blocks together like this. You can place for on the top of your train. You can also do 4 blocks and you just glue on this side and make a little square like this. There's also a possibility that you have something like this for the top, for in front of your tree. So you can do anything, but I'm going to do it for the Valentine's season, and that's why I'm going to do it with this heart shape. But like I told you, you can use it for when you see this DIY, and maybe Valentine is already a long past. It doesn't matter, you can use it for any season, just change it up and you already are fit to go. So again, we're going to squeeze it, and now we do the half piece over here, and we do it on the side, and this one on the side. And now we already have our heart. Make sure that all the pieces are connecting what is against each other. Again, we're going to turn it. I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to get it off my table, and I'm going to do the back side. And of course, again, if I clean it up, I'm going to look for if I have still the shape I like, because I don't want that it is crooked. Again, I'm going to do this one a little lower and this one a little higher, because I like that a little better. So now we're going to let this dry. So now we're going to make a kind of a wagon for behind, of course, our train. We have 2 rows of 4, and again we row them together this way until one piece. We do it over here and this one, and again we're going to squeeze them, squeeze it, and this way, and we're going to clean it up, and we're going to turn it around, and we do this side, and what we're going to do, we place one on the side, and of course I do it in one. And of course it's not dry, but you can do it easily in one piece. And again, squeeze it together this way. And you're just going to clean it up. And we gently place it straight up. And we do this side also. And we're going to place it aside and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while this is drying, we have 2 rows of 5 and 2 rows of 6. And we do them again flat on the table. And we just simply roll them together. And you see that this is, I think, the easiest train I ever made. And you can, the greatest, because this is only the base, the greatest about it, that you can change it up any way you like and make it totally to your own taste. And for every season, because also in this little wagon afterwards, you can do it for Easter. I do a heart on the front where the steam is coming out, but you also can do an Easter egg on the front, and then in the back side you do some hay and you do some Easter eggs on the in the wagon. So you see, the ideas are endless. You can do it for the fall season, do some pumpkins inside, so you can change it up. So which time you are going to watch this DIY, anyway, it's for every season and for every part of the year. Again, we're going to clean it up, do the top side over here and over here, and then again we're going to take it off the table and do the back side. Take it off the table and do the back side. Here we place it straight up and over here, and here again the same. And now we're going to make sure that everything has still a straight line. So we do it this way, do with the tops of your fingers. Here the same, do with the tops of your fingers, press it down. And you do it over here with the 5s. And press it down, and the last. And then you're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So again, we're now going to take the middle, we're going to place it over here. We take the 1 of 6, we do some glue on the underside over here. This way, the same like we did with the first little box we made. Place it over here, we do the other 1 of 6. And we do some glue on the underside, over here. And you just place it here. Give it a little bit of pressure on the underside, not on the top. Make sure that you have the sides nicely together. Here the same. And now we do the 1 of 5. We do some glue on the sides over here. We go down and we go up again. And you place it very easy over here. You do here the same. Some glue on the side, underside, and the top. And you just simply place it over here. And just gently you're going to press it together. Not too hard, just do a little bit with some, gentleness, but at least patience. I think that's a better word. Just find your shape. If you have the shape, let it dry in. So now we have, of course, kind of a little wagon, of at least a little box. We place it on the side. Now we have 2 sets of 2. We have 2 loose blocks, and we have 2 sets of 2 over here. So we're going to glue the tops from this one together. So very easy, this way. And we glue the smallest line from this one, and we do it this way. Again, you're going to squeeze them, and I see already that I do it wrong. And that's what I also show you. I should have done this way. So I'm going to clean it up. I do it totally wrong. First, I'm going to glue this too, because it will be one big chaos now. So I did clean them up. So again, we have 2 sets of 2 here and 2 loose blocks. And what I want to do, or what I should do, is of course some glue on this side and on this side. And I'm going to place this one over here and this one over here. So this way. And I'm going to squeeze them. And now I hope I do it now right. So again, it's over here and over here. And we place it at the ending. And this one is to close it in. Squeeze it. And we're going to wait a couple of minutes until it's a little bit dry, and so we can clean it up. So now we have our 2 pieces of 2, and we place them on the smallest line of the block. So not flat on the table, but on the smallest line. We have our little 3 piece over here. What we're going to do, we do some glue on this one, on this side, and on this side. Place it here. We do it on this side and on this side, and place it here. What we're going to do, we place this one straight up, and we're going to place it at the ending, and place this one at the ending also. And now the same we're going to do with this. Place it straight up, and we're going to fill it in with this one, and gently give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, gently. Always do it with patience. Oh, you see already, that's what I mean. If you do it a little bit too hard, just go back, make sure, and just fill it in with this one. You can easily, that's the greatest about wood glue, you can easily redo it and make sure that everything is sticking nicely and is fitting inside where you want to have it. And then you're going to let this dry in for at least 15 minutes. So now we have our box, and of course we have our frame. We do a little bit of glue on the tops over here gently, because it's still not dry, and I always wait a little bit, not too long. So for me, it's a possibility that he will break, but we will see how far I will get. I just place it on top very gently, make sure that I have it where I want to have it, and then we're going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, and I'm going to let this dry in for at least, now I think maybe 15 minutes, and then we're going to spray paint everything. And for connecting my wagon and my train, I'm just going to use 2 simple blocks, do some glue on the wider side, and of course place them on top. We're going to squeeze them this way, and we're going to give it a little moment to dry in, and of course this side, and then we're going to let it dry in, and then we're going to glue them together. So now I'm going to get my frame of my train, and I'm going to use the back side and of course the underpiece. I'm going to glue this one, so I'm going to do a little bit of glue on this side, and it doesn't matter which side you use. And I'm going to glue this exactly a little in the middle, and I'm going to give it some pressure down. And of course you see already, this is what I mean over here, and I'm going to let this dry in for I think a couple of minutes, and then we're going to attach it on the little wagon. So now I have my parts. I have my front train, of course I have my wagon, I have my little heart, which will be on the front side. Of course you can, like I told you earlier, you can change it up. I'm going to spray paint it, and I think maybe I'm going to do it in the gold color and then do the accent colors in red and pink. But of course you can change it up any way you like, but I think I'm going to go for gold, because I have a nice gold color which is not shiny, but only a little gives a nice gold color, but not really bright. So but you see that in a moment, but choose any color you like. So you see already now the base is in the gold color, and I have here some wooden beads, and I painted already in the black color and a little on the front in the gold, and that's a simple bead just like this one is. Just paint it in the black, and you just do the flat side, you do a little bit of gold, and you can glue it on this way on the front side of your train like a kind of lamps. But of course you don't have to do that. I'm going to glue mine of course in that on the front side. Of course I have to place this a little bit down. I'm going to get my wood glue, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue on the top side. Of course you can also just do it in this way. You don't have to do the gold on the outside. You can do whatever you think is right. I place one over here, and I'm going to place one a little bit further away on this side, but of course I try to get them even and let them dry in for at least 15 minutes. In the meantime, while my lamps are drying, I have here my little bag from IKEA with lots and little pieces of wood, and of course I also have hearts in them, and I'm going to get a couple of hearts out of it. And of course not too much, but of course it's everyone's cup of tea if you like it or not. I have to look for this kind of little heart over here, so I'm going to place probably one over here and one over here on this side. So over here I'm going to get a little bit of glue. I'm going to do some glue over here, place it over here and press it down. Do on this side and place it down. And I'm going to let this dry in a little moment, and then I do the back side also too. So now I have also my box, and I have some beads of course inside always, and you see already also a couple of black ones. So I have here 2 little black ones, and I'm going to place them on the back side. Of course a little drop of glue over here, and we're going to try to place them also on the back side over here, and this one a little drop, and we place it over here. And now we're going to let them dry in also. So as last piece, I'm going to do XO and XO, of course, on my train. And I'm going to do the letters over here. And what you can do, of course, any word you like, you can write on it on your own. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do it on the side of the front of the train. But first I'm going to color them in the black color. I have to look that I have the right size, of course this one. And I do it also in the red color, and I'm just going to do it simple with some marker. You can do it also with some paint, just what you prefer. Again, this is one, and now we do the O, of course. But you can do be mine, love, anything you like. So again, and I'm going to let them dry in for a little moment, and then we're going to glue them on the side of our train. So as last, of course, I'm going to glue my little red heart on the front side of my train. And of course, here in this little wagon, you can do anything you like. You see in a moment my quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tile Blocks little seasonal train. And of course, like I told you, you can change it up for any season. I hope you give this one a try. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.